the Kinect or the N.U.I software started to come in, and we all got our cameras, and Dan and Alan asked, you know, hey, take a group of like 8 guys and let's figure out what this thing is and what we can do with it. So we spent about 6 months doing a ton of stuff. We messed around with driving. That was kind of one of the first applications that was just proof of concept of what Kinect was. The other thing we wanted to try to solve was UI, menu navigation. Because our game's pretty big, we've got like 400 cars. Like, how do you navigate something like that without a controller? One thing I'll point out too, for smaller play spaces, apartments, we actually let people just lean, so they can lean too if they wanted to. They can also actually walk up and then kneel down and check out the detail on the car. Again, we wanted to kind of restrict the normal facades that you would get with a controller and trying to learn what it's like to move again with these 2 joysticks. So now we cracked that nut. We wanted to basically make this car really interactive. So anything that you would expect on the car, I can grab the door handle and I can open it up. I can go and check out the inside of it. So again, I don't really have to navigate a bunch of buttons. It's just simply me moving in the environment, and I can, again, looking at the detail of the car. But we also have these other things, these points of interest. So each car is unique in that not only the technical stats, but each one was designed a unique way. It's got a unique history. It's got some crazy stories about it. So when we sat down and started to build out these points of interest, these pins, we wanted to do 2 things. We wanted to inform, but without being so very technical, but we also wanted to entertain. So what we've done is kind of build these infotainment pins. Let me find a cool one. Let's do the... we'll do these. So again, when you go into each car, and I'll show you a different car in a second.
With a flat underbody aerodynamic design, the 458 Italia achieves considerable downforce, nearly 800 pounds worth at top speed. Amazingly, it accomplishes this without relying on a large rear wing.
Like going in the cockpit, we wanted people to really be able to see the level of detail we put into these cars. And again, you know, these are a million polys per car. Again, when we capture all this stuff, we not only capture the art, but the audio itself. So, you know, the owners of these cars, they're like, so you want to capture the audio of the convertible going down? We're like, yes, absolutely. Every door that slams shut, you know. We actually had our partnership with Top Gear. And what that offered us was you know, their unique insight for, you know, they've obviously raced a lot of cars, but they've got some great stories. So not only, you know, from the manufacturers themselves or stories that they've read, but stuff that they've done on the track. You know, they've wrecked a few cars. They've been kind of banned by certain manufacturers. So when we partnered with them, it just made sense. We sent Jeremy Clarkson our car list. We're only showing 3 cars here today, and he was really excited. He's like, okay, I've driven this one. Richard Hammond drives this one, so I want to make fun of him. This car I hate. I'm just going to rip on this car. And it was cool because you know he doesn't come out and blatantly say it, but he does it in the cool Top Gear way. So I'll show you one of those tours now, and each car will have one of these unique Top Gear tours.
In Italy, you don't take the name of the father in vain. So when Ferrari decided to call this car the Enzo, you knew they had something special in mind. Something that would take supercars onto another level of speed, of handling, of fury. Such fury that after 3 full-bore standing starts, you have to send the car back to Italy for a new clutch. The Ferrari Enzo marked the point at which supercars became like modern fighter jets, demanding complicated electronics to keep them under control.